This cartoon was about Whitewater, all the things they accused Bill Clinton of doing, but was unsuccessfully sticking to him. I mean, there's a lot of stuff they made up about him that just didn't stick. It didn't get him. So I did this cartoon that was reprinted in the New York Times on Sunday, before the Monica Lewinsky book. It was amazing. How did he get away with all this stuff? I mean, you know, it was incredible. People couldn't understand how he got out of this. Monday morning, after this cartoon was reprinted in the New York Times, the White House called. They said that actually Al Gore had taken the cartoon back during a meeting, and they all laughed so hard, showed it to the president, they all laughed so hard they had to stop the meeting. I sure hope it wasn't the Osama bin Laden meeting. Bruce's law. Anyway, the president would really like to have the original, and would he, well, please send it to him. And I was hosting a cartoonist convention at the time, so I sent a print. When I was in Arkansas doing cartoons when I was governor all the time, somebody like Hillary would buy it all the time. So I sent a print to him and asked him this time as president to please sign it, which he did. To Bruce Plante, my witnesses were always accurate, but it's a great call, Bill Clinton. Before the Monica Lewinsky case. 2 weeks later, also reprinted in the Sunday New York Times after the Monica Lewinsky case. Al Gore is really a tough character to draw. So I quit and started drawing him as a 2x12. Republicans really hated losing Bill Clinton to beat up on. Sometimes they like to use images and references, literary references that hopefully people understand. Say that again out loud. Ishmael. Is it the Oh, good. Okay. Hey, let's see. By applause, have you seen this image before? I did a cartoon about the victory over Japan 50 years later. I got people calling me up all the time with weird questions. They're going, what was that about, sexual harassment or something? So we have to try to anticipate what images that we think the majority of people is going to know. A lot of times they don't. By applause, how many are familiar with this image? It's also a Pulitzer Prize winning photograph. Oh, well, did I stop? Did you ever stop using that image? No. I heard from the Muslims on that one. How many of you, by applause, have seen this image before? Fewer people. This was the fall of Saigon, when they were rushing to get on board a helicopter to save their lives. I did this cartoon after renewed relations with Vietnam. They did Old Calcutta in Chattanooga. They refused to let it play in Chattanooga. Old Calcutta was supposedly a classic. What if we were trying to paint the same thing on Sistine Chapel in Chattanooga? They wouldn't have allowed it. Better set up. This is some emotional cartoons that I do for, a lot of times people think these are pretty hokey, but this is the only chance I get to be a nice guy. And when I have an emotional response to somebody dying, when Jim Henson dies, I had a lot of people calling me up going, what was that about? How could you not have seen that movie? And you see the emotional response. You want to interview who? away from it all. Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson. Guys, everything checked out? Welcome to the Army. This one was, sometimes they're not funny. This is after Daniel Pearl was decapitated. He was writing a story to explain to us why the Islamic fundamentalists were mad at us. The very reason he was writing a story. How stupid are these people? This one won the Fischetti Award. Yet another DNA test has determined the innocence of a death row inmate. He's being released as we speak. Sometimes they're not all that funny. I mean, this was funny at first, and you go, democracy in Iraq, democracy in Oklahoma. There's a really nasty campaign going on in Tulsa, a mayoral campaign. Really nasty. If you don't know what this cartoon means, give me your address. You see, you light a paper bag, and somebody comes up and stomps on it, there's a little surprise in there for you. Dog poop. How about that Sally Kern? Homosexuality is a greater threat to the United States than terrorism. I love Oklahoma. You ain't an illegal alien, are you? Seems to be a crack in a Joe the Plumber story. It's just an excuse to have a plumber's crack cartoon, okay? 110 Commandments monument in Hebrew. Hebrew? Boy, I'm going to have to cite you for an English-only violation. Tulsa, the oil capital of the world. Tulsa, the agri capital of the world. I know the Oklahoma legislature is loaded down with ballot with a lot of state questions, but this is ridiculous. Yeah, I like to do these sort of speeches to find out what works. See how religious I am, says Mike Ritchie. Well, it is more to the point. And how about that Senator Coburn, huh? Oh, geez, put some more of that corn tone in my redneck trap. He gave a speech about armadillos digging up his front yard and how to put some marshmallows out to get rid of the armadillo. Trying to make him look like a regular Joe, you know? No, sorry. How much cash for these two clunkers? Obama wants to kill your dog. Sorry, I already gave you an acorn. This used to be my closer. You're going to have to loosen up a little bit, Al. Next to last. Now, doctor, you may feel a bit of pressure. And last but not least, this is my closer. I really appreciate y'all inviting me to this. Very proud. This is really good fun. Closer. Good news, Mr. President. You found weapons of mass destruction in Iraq? No, but I saved a bundle of my